Revelation 18, Complete Jewish Bible. After these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, and he had great authority. The earth was lit up by his splendor. He cried out in a strong voice, she has fallen, Babel the Great. Okay, that means Babylon the Great. Let's see what footnote A says. Says, see Revelation 21:9, or no, Isaiah 29:1-9. Okay. Well, I suppose I should. Now behold, here comes a troop of riders, horsemen in pairs, and one said, fallen, fallen is Babylon, and all the images of her gods are shattered on the ground. Okay. After these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven. He had great authority. The earth was lit up by his splendor. He cried out in a strong voice, she has fallen, Babel the Great, she has become a home for demons, a prison for every unclean spirit, a prison for every unclean, hated bird. But Babylon was always bad, wasn't it? It was always the enemy of God, wasn't it? So why is it saying that she has become a home for demons? A prison for every unclean spirit, a prison for every unclean, hated bird, a prison. So all of those are locked in Babylon. They can't get out of Babylon, or something. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of God's fury caused by her whoring. Yes, the kings of the earth went whoring with her, and from her unrestrained love of luxury, the world's businessmen have grown rich. Then I heard another voice out of heaven say, my people, come out of her so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not be infected by her plagues. For her sins are a sticky mass piled up to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Her sins are a sticky mass piled up to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Render to her as she rendered to others. Pay her back double for what she has done. Use the cup in which she has brewed to brew her a double-sized drink. Why would we want to use that cup, which is detestable? Use the cup in which she has brewed to brew her a double-sized drink. Okay. Give her as much torment and sorrow as the glory and luxury she gave herself. For in her heart she says, I sit as a queen, I am not a widow, I will never see sorrow. Therefore her plagues will come in a single day, death, sorrow, and famine. She will be burned with fire, because Adonai God, her judge, is mighty. Now this is no longer talking about the whore of Babylon. This is talking about something else. This is talking about Babylon. But Babylon is, the whore is a city, and Babylon is a city too, right? Or a nation. Babylon the Great. Verse 9, the kings of the earth who went whoring with her and shared her luxury will sob and wail over her when they see the smoke as she burns. Standing at a distance for fear of her torment, they will say, oh no, the great city, Babel, the great city, in a single hour your judgment has come. The world's businessmen weep and mourn over her because no one is buying their merchandise anymore. Stocks of gold and silver, gems and pearls, fine linen and purple, silk and scarlet, all rare woods, all ivory goods, all kinds of things made of scented wood, brass, iron, and marble, cinnamon, cardamom, incense, myrrh. Okay, cardamom. Cardamom, the aromatic seeds of a plant of the ginger family used as a spice and also medicinally. Cardamom, the Southeast Asian plant that bears cardamom seeds. The name of a kind of spice plant. Cardamom, sometimes cardamom or cardamom, is a spice made from the seeds of several plants in the genera Elateria and Amomum in the family Zingiberaceae. Both genera are native to India, Bhutan, Indonesia, and Nepal. They are recognized by their small seed pods, triangular in cross-section and spindle-shaped with a thin, papery outer shell and small black seeds. I'm looking at a green picture here. It really doesn't look like seeds or anything. Elateria pods are light green and smaller, while almond pods are larger and darker brown. Okay. Cinnamon, cardamom, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, oil, flour, grain, cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and bodies, and people's souls. Read it again. Let's see how much time I've got. We're at 7 minutes. The world's businessmen weep and mourn over her. We weep and mourn over you, Babylon. Oh, poor Babylon, you're falling, you're falling. The world's businessmen weep and mourn over her because no one is buying their merchandise anymore. Stocks of gold and silver. And it doesn't say cash. Stocks of gold and silver, gems and pearls, fine linen and purple, and scarlet, silk and scarlet, all fine linen and purple, silk and scarlet. Scarlet is not a... Silk is a noun, scarlet is an adjective, right? So what in the world are they talking about? Scarlet. Let me look up scarlet. Of a brilliant red color, chiefly outdated, of an offensive or sin, wicked, heinous, immoral, especially promiscuous or unchaste. Noun, a brilliant red color. Are they talking about a dye here in the Bible? A color, let's see. Okay. All rare woods, all ivory goods. They burned most ivory, didn't they? They don't want people to trade in ivory anymore, but I guess they still do. All kinds of things made of scented wood, brass, iron, and marble. Cinnamon, cardamom. Why are you naming just a couple of spices? Incense, myrrh, a fragrant gum resin obtained from certain trees and used especially in the Near East in perfumery, medicines, and incense. Frankincense, an aromatic gum resin obtained from an African tree and burned as incense. Wine, oil, flour, grain, cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and bodies and people's souls. Now there's quite an amalgam of goods and services. There's services, bodies and people's souls. It really his service. People's souls, bodies, and soul. It doesn't say spirit. The fruits you lusted for with all your heart have gone. This is an indentation, so it's not the businessman speaking anymore. The fruits you lusted for with all your hearts have gone. All the luxury and flashiness have been destroyed, never to return, never to return, never, never, never to return. The sellers of these things who got rich from her will stand at a distance for fear of her torment, weeping and mourning and saying, "Oh no, the great city used to wear fine linen, purple and scarlet. She glittered with gold, precious stones and pearls. Such great wealth in a single hour ruined." All the shipmasters, passengers, sailors, and everyone making his living from the sea stood at a distance and cried out when they saw the smoke as she burnt, "What city was like the great city?" So they're calling Babylon a city, and in the other chapter they're calling the whore of Babylon, the harlot Babylon, a city. But they're different cities, right? This is the city of Babylon, and that's a different city. And I wonder if both cities are tossed or down or tore down at the same time. And they threw dust on their heads as they wept and mourned, saying, "Oh no, the great city, the abundance of her wealth, made all the ship owners rich. In a single hour she is ruined. Rejoice over her, heaven, rejoice, people of God, emissaries and prophets, for in judging her God has vindicated you." Emissaries means a person sent on a special mission, especially as a diplomatic representative. Envoy, ambassador, delegate, attaché, consul, plenipotentiary. Did I pronounce that right? Plenipotentiary, agent, representative, deputy, messenger, courtier, nuncio. Vindicated means clear someone of blame or suspicion. Vindicate, acquit, clear, absolve, exonerate, discharge, liberate, free, let off the hook. Exculpate. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a great millstone and hurled it into the sea, saying, "With violence like this will the great city Babel be hurled down, never to be found again. The soul of harpists and musicians, flute players and trumpeters will never again be heard in you. No worker of any trade will ever be found in you. The soul of a mill will never again be heard in you. The trade of a lamp will never again shine in you. The voice of a bridegroom and bride will never again be heard in you. For your businessmen were the most powerful on earth. All the nations were deceived by your magic spell. In her was found the blood of prophets and of God's people, indeed of all who have been slaughtered on the earth." So it sounds like the trade industry, the worldwide trade web is going to be demolished. What do you think? Let me know.